These are comments I get a lot as a creator. And if you haven't figured it out yet, yes, I am Filipino. But why does it matter? Well, let me tell you why. Filipino pride is a real thing. This is why Philippine streets were empty and crime rates were reportedly at its lowest when our own boxing legend Manny Pacquiao was in the ring. The whole nation was glued to their TV. When one Filipino strives for greatness, it inspires people like me that anything is possible. But why does all this matter right now? It's because what I'm about to show you makes me a proud Filipino gamer. This is Project Xandata. It's the first Filipino-made competitive first-person shooter ever. And yes, they are the sponsor of this video, but when they reached out to me for this partnership, it was an easy yes. This may not be the usual kind of tactical FPS game you'll see on my channel, but this video game has a special place for me. And no, I wasn't asked to say that, I actually mean that. It's a simple game that's easy to pick up. It's 3v3 in a fairly small map, and both ends of the map are usually connected by 2 or 3 lanes. This allows for fair gameplay no matter what side of the map you spawn at. The best part, it's free to play and it's not pay to win. The only real money spent is for in-game cosmetics. Everything else you need is unlocked from the get-go, from all the weapons, classes, and skills. So what does a gamer like me, who enjoys tactical shooters like Escape from Tarkov, get from a game like this, aside from the fact that it's made from my motherland? Well, I grew up playing a lot of Quake, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, and the like. And what I liked about that era of old-school shooters were the days of hopping on and off into a quick 15-minute gaming session without having to commit to a full 40-minute competitive ranked game like in CSGO or a 30-minute raid in Tarkov. If I just want a quick round of a sweaty FPS experience, Project Xandata brings that to the table. And if you've played multiplayer FPS games in the past, you're already familiar with this game's game modes. There's the classic team deathmatch, their own rendition of Capture the Flag, and their version of COD's Kill Confirmed, where you get points for collecting a shard that your opponent drops when they die. And more importantly, in a world of early access and half-baked full-release games, this game just works. Hit registration is on point, and I never really felt any desync. And these are very important things in a game where movement is king. And speaking of movement, if you grew up in the era of Quake's rocket jumping and Counter-Strike bunny hopping, the pace Project Xandata brings will be quite familiar to you. The maps are designed where you can flow through with movement using speed and verticality to your advantage. But it's not all rainbows and unicorns either, and this wouldn't be an honest game review without mentioning a downside, and that is a low population player base. As of the recording of this video, if you want to get into a quick game, you'll probably have to grab a couple of friends to queue in with you, or you can head to the official Discord and get a match going. There are a handful of regulars who are consistently looking for games from different regions. Also, the devs are currently hosting community nights every Wednesday and Friday night at 8 PM Philippine time, where streamers, devs, and regulars are queuing in for games. I highly recommend you queue in at these hours because you get non-stop games and it gets crazy fun. To celebrate the game's launch, I was part of an organized show match between streamers, complete with a caster and all, and it got sweaty. Our battery. I'm just harassing.
Is on it,
Nice.
on
Nice.
objective duty, man. But knockdown comes in with sword in hand.
It was in this moment I envisioned what it would be like in an actual competitive tournament setting. One thing I will never forget to mention is how hands-on the devs are. Players are consistently suggesting features they feel the game needs, balancing issues, and you'll always see a dev acknowledging the feedback, and then you'll see it changed in a later patch. You really feel like you're part of the process of making a historic game that'll always be known as the first competitive FPS game ever made in the Philippines. Secret 6 was also kind enough to send me a care package where I got some goodies, and my favorite thing in this was a really big mousepad that I use to this day. This is the Project Xandata mousepad. You got the logo on it. Told you I use it. So if you want to be a part of gaming history, the game is currently in its first season and is free to play and downloadable on Steam.